Live from Room 180 Studios in GCS, this is Dragging TV. I'm your host, Daryl Williams. Ethan Lindor is off today. The marking period officially ends today, tragically marking the last first trimester for seniors on campus. Senior pages for the yearbook are due Wednesday, December 17th, and Fall Sports Awards Assembly is coming to a Mullins Theater near you. But first, in our news, No Shave November. November has famously become synonymous with stubby whiskers as men and young men all over campus celebrate No Shave November. But how well is GCS represented in the field of facial hair? We turn to our freshman in the field, Ghibli.
Ghibli? Thank you, Daryl. This is Jabril reporting live from GCS, learning on the secret lives of beards. And my name is Jabril, not Ghibli. Ghibli is the name of an Ewok from Star Wars. In the history of the world, who had the most famous beard?
History of the world, best beard. I think I'm going to have to go with Karl Marx, Jabril. He had an amazing beard, great color, great body, well displayed, and it was in most of his photographs when he was old enough and classy enough to grow a beard.
Tom Selleck. Why? Well, because he's a manly man.
To Rasputin, mostly because I think it's his beard that helped him survive the beheading and the poisoning and the drowning and the stabbing and all the things that he supposedly lived through. I think Rasputin's beard was like Samson's hair, so I think it's the best one in history.
My Sikh brother, Sarwan Singh, 7 feet 9 inches. Look him up. One love, baby.
Greatest beard of all time. I think you have to go with Santa. Never seen him without a beard. Mrs. Claus seems really into it. It's kind of a way that he distinguishes himself from the elves as I'm the guy in charge, you guys are my peons. It's kind of the same way I have a relationship with my students. I have the beard, you don't. You make the toys, I'll deliver it, take all the credit.
So people without beards look kind of like children or girls. It's kind of embarrassing for them, but this is a multicultural society.
If you could be a famous bearded man, who would it be?
Mr. Hudgens.
Mr. Hudgens, he has a pretty excellent beard. He's a pretty excellent guy. He's got that kind of philosopher thing going on. So I think that's influenced me a lot.
If you could be any bearded man, who would you be?
Brian Hudgens, of course. I mean, doesn't get much better than this in the 21st century.
If you could be a famous bearded man, who would it be?
I want to be me.
The obvious answer is Abraham Lincoln, because he pulled off both the beard and the top hat, all while changing the world.
Abe Lincoln. Abe Lincoln had the ugliest beard. Very talented man, great president, but he had an ugly beard. Maybe it hit his ugly face, I don't know.
If you could be a famous mustachian man, who would it be?
Tom Selleck.
Have you ever been a victim or a perpetrator of beardism?
Of beardism? I don't think so. There have been some moments where my wife has gone from it being kind of a good look to more of an Amish look. And I think once I crossed that threshold, I was kind of told, no more. You won't be able to see her side of the family anymore. I wouldn't be invited to things. I'd have to eat outside.
I think I currently am a little bit a perpetrator of beardism, mostly because not to be a hipster about being hipster, but I had a big shaggy beard a little bit before it became the hipster craze, and once everyone started doing it, I kind of didn't want to be lumped in with, oh, you grow a beard because you're a hipster, so I'm a little bit beardist now.
What's the best part about having a beard?
Not bleeding on a regular basis when I scrape my face to look younger. That's the best part of having a beard.
What's the best part of having a beard?
The women.
Just the stroking.
Like, I've seen people who have had mustaches and then those who have taken those mustaches off, and then it's almost like they're like nude, so it's like a nice little cover to the top of your lip.
In life, most areas when you are lazy, you come off as looking lazy. With the beard, the lazier you are, like the more distinguished you look. It's the only way you can kind of do nothing and somehow look wiser. I like that about the beard.
How long have you celebrated No Shave November?
Wow. The first time I had a recognizable beard, I was 16 and a half, so that would, I guess, would be 1986.
I've had this guy since the college years, so he's like a friend to me now. So he's like part of my personality.
How long have you celebrated No Shave November?
I didn't really start celebrating it on purpose. One day a kid asked me and said, "Hey, are you doing No Shave November?" And I was like, "No. Wait, maybe I am now."
Has your mustache ever interfered in your life?
No, actually, it's kind of like led the way, because remember that pharmacist that came up to me and she said, "Tom Selleck, are you related to Tom Selleck?"
Has your beard ever interfered in your life?
No, it's only beneficiary.
How much does a beard slow you down because of wind resistance?
It's kind of a double-edged sword. In the winter, I lose a little bit with the wind. The beard goes straight through. There's a lot of stuff that I hold on to. A lot of leaves get stuck in there. But on the other hand, I save a lot of energy because I don't have to warm my face.
How do you know when to groom?
You don't.
I find in general, the rule of thumb with beards is this. It's the same thing as a rule for like algebra class. You can do whatever you want on the left side. This is my right side. On the right side, as long as you do it on the left side, as long as you keep it symmetric. If you add 2, you better add 2 over here. You multiply by 5, you better multiply by 5. So that's the secret to the Fu Manchu.
Yeah, I had the little like the Fu Manchu kind of thing,
What's the secret of growing a good beard?
Having the right ancestors and not being a wuss.
What is the secret of growing a good beard?
Being a man.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. The best way to grow a beard, the first thing you have to do is embrace the fact that for a long time you're not going to have a beard, you're going to have peach fuzz. And people are going to make fun of you and you're going to look really sketchy, but you have to power through it. You have to earn the beard. You have to suffer to have real facial hair. It's going to itch. It's going to look ridiculous, but you have to fight through it. And the secret is to think very hairy thoughts. Will the hair out of your chin. And once it gets there, enjoy every day that you've got it.
Thank you, Jabril. That was very informative piece. It is good to see so many beards alive and well. I was a bit worried that our representation of No Shave November might have been slightly diminished from the Ice Bucket Challenge.
No, that's just not true. We easily have 8, maybe 9 faculty beards alone. People still love to raise awareness by dumping water on their heads or wearing pink. They also love to raise awareness by not doing things.
Jabril, tell me of all the beards you've interviewed today, which one was your favorite?
My favorite beard of GCS probably belongs to Mr. Simon. That is one beautiful beard. I don't know how he does it. I think it's the music.
Good answer. I agree with you on that person that you referred to. Has this inspired you to also participate in No Shave November? Next year, maybe?
I am participating.
Right, excellent. We'll now pause for a word from our sponsors.
Yahoo!
So I'm Matthew Bernetti, and I will be reporting your weekend weather report. As you can feel today, it's cold. I hate the cold. It's really cold. And so it's on the weekend, it's actually warming up. And so we're going to get probably a high of about 41 on Saturday, which is not too bad, pretty decent. And then on Sunday, we're heading up to 54. So that's great weather. For a Sunday, you can go home, watch some football, enjoy a picnic outside if you're about that. And then both of those days will be cloudy. But then the great news is next week, we're going up. Monday, 68 degrees as a high. I mean, that's pretty good weather for November. And then also on Tuesday, our last day before Thanksgiving break, it's a high of 55. So that's going to be just great. Next week will be a very great time for weather. And then, not to forget, we have some birthdays for next week. Starting on the 25th, we have Ian Dalrymple with a birthday. He is a 10th grader, so just wish him a happy birthday when you see him in the halls. Also, on the 26th, Sophia Caleres, who is a 11th grader, has a birthday, so make sure if you see her, you wish her a happy birthday. And then also, on that same very day, Raj Malviya has a birthday. He's a 10th grader, and so make sure, if you see them too, if you see those on the 26th, make sure you wish them a happy birthday. And then we move to the 27th, where the man himself, Marcus Sauter, has his birthday. He's a 12th grader, great leader, so wish him a happy birthday when you see him. Also, Alex Yun has a birthday, who is a 10th grader, on the same day. So if you see them too, make sure you wish him a happy birthday. And then last but not least, we have Carolyn Reeve with a birthday on the 29th. She is a freshman, so make sure you go up to her. Happy birthday, all that stuff. So, when you see these people with birthdays in the hallways, say happy birthday. Okay, so that's it for birthdays. Coming up next week, back to you in the studios, Daryl.
As the winter weather continues its soul-sawing siege of the Maryland area, it might be time to crack open a pot of fondue by the fireplace and rent old-fashioned DVDs. And that takes us to our segment today, with Will and Will at the movies.
Michael Bay is back in Transformers: Age of Extinction, and this time he brought the Dinobots. Kind of. I'm William Kennedy.
And I'm Wilson Adams.
And this is Will and Will at the movies. Today we'll be talking about Transformers: Age of Extinction. In the newest installment of the franchise, Peter Cullen is back as Optimus Prime, here to help a new human named Cade, played by Marky Mark Wahlberg, find the Seed, an ancient artifact built by the creators of Inc. Transformers, from falling into the hands of the evil bounty hunter Lockdown. Shia's gone and the characters care just as much as you do. Follow our new heroes as they try to avoid the purge of Transformers from the Earth and stop the KSI Corporation from building their own Transformers as military police. And Dinobots show up at some point, I promise. So what did you think of the movie, Wilson?
Well, I think they just absolutely outdid himself. The new Transformers, Hound, Crosshairs, Drift, as well as the increased amount of action. Also, taking out Shiloh was definitely an improvement.
Well, I think you're entirely wrong. The action sequences were very well done, and Marky Mark got to shoot Decepticons with an alien gun sort of thing. The thrill factor in this movie was fantastic.
I think you're missing the point. The movie's explosions did not meet up to the expectations of previous films. The Dinobots weren't cool at all, and they were just a letdown. Bay's directing was lackluster, and the script was awful.
As Megatron would say, you're an idiot, Starscream. No one watches Transformers for the script. You're missing the point, not me. This movie was fantastic, and you'll not tell me otherwise. I'm starting to question whether you watched the same movie I did.
Well, as Starscream said,
yes, Lord Megatron!
But I was watching my friend play 24 and 8 through half of it, so that doesn't matter. The movie was okay, but it's definitely not as great as you believe it to be.
Well, your mom is so ugly, when she bought a new car, it transformed and ran away.
That doesn't even make sense. You don't have the nerve to say that. I don't even think your spinal cord touched your brain.
Are you always this stupid, or are you making a special effort today?
Don't let your mind wander. It's far too small to be let out on its own. You're an idiot.
That does it for this week's episode of Will and Will at the Movies. Back to you, Daryl.
You're an idiot.
What? No, I'm not.
Thank you, Will and Will. GCS is famous for its enriching and rewarding academic programs, as well as its seemingly invincible athletic department. What may not be widely known is that we have an equally impressive enrichment club program. Today's enrichment club showcases the MacGyver Club, based on the 1980s TV sensation MacGyver. The MacGyver Club, founded by the extraordinary humanities teachers Mr. Hellum and Mr. Conroy, was created with an old Swiss Army knife, a paperclip, and a piece of gum, but it has since produced a weekly lesson on a number of worthwhile enriching topics, like MacGyver himself, without the need of guns. We now go to the MacGyver Club reporter in the field, Ethan Lindor, for our first look at the exciting new enrichment program. Thank you, Daryl. I am Ethan Lindor, reporting for Dragon TV, and this is the MacGyver Club. Harry, good to see you.
Hello, Ethan. You changed a little bit.
So walk me through what we're doing today. I'm excited.
We're making some omelets, actually. And it's kind of weird because we have some cups and Ziplocs, but you'll see in a little bit. And it's amazing how some people already popped this egg for us. So Daryl, would you just be...
Yep, go ahead.
Just put the egg inside. Just be really careful because you're going to eat what's inside. And...
Can you crack that one? I just want to see how you do it. I'm not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not that skilled.
You want to see this Chinese trick?
Yeah. One tap?
One tap.
Wow, that's impressive. That is very impressive. So can I start putting these in it?
Yes, man.
Oh, do I need to change this? Or?
Oh, yeah. That's a great reminder.
Okay.
So now you're gonna take the Ziploc bag out, and you're gonna start squishing it like crazy.
Okay, can I try?
Yeah, just mixing them up.
Does that look good enough?
Just a little bit more.
A little more? Okay.
Just do a little bit more, yeah. That looks fantastic.
It's tasty.
All right, Daryl, so what do you want in your omelet?
I see some hot dogs here.
Some hot dogs for sure.
But you said earlier that I could replace this with cooked sausage or some type of cooked meat if I wanted to.
That's exactly right.
And these are peppers, I think?
But just keep that in mind. You're what you eat.
Oh,
so,
Harry,
just be careful what you eat.
Harry, that is a valid point. All right, I don't want too many peppers. Can I cut up a little more hot dog in mine?
Sure.
Just a little bit more.
Ethan. Wow.
Yeah,
man.
Skills are getting one more little bit of onion. Okay, and
spice it up.
Yeah, cheese.
Cheese, definitely cheese.
Okay.
For me personally, I absolutely hate cheese.
I love cheese.
You love cheese?
Love cheese.
That's great.
Okay.
That's great news.
I'm gonna do a couple more scoops.
Definitely load it up.
One more.
One more?
I love my cheese.
You gotta reimburse Mr. Conroy later.
Yeah, I know. We don't have to talk about that.
Yeah.
So I think that's it with the bag, Harry?
That's it with the bag, and we're gonna go outside and cook the omelet.
Thank you, Harry. It looks like we're boiling the eggs now, Harry. Go ahead and walk me through what's happening.
So we're boiling them for 9 minutes already, and looks pretty good to go. And gotta find your bag and
chow down.
Batman.
That's exciting.
Problem is, do you know which bag is yours?
This looks delicious.
I do know what bag mine is.
Love to
grab a plate.
Ooh, someone didn't put their name on there.
It's like an omelet.
If they're too runny, just leave it in.
Oh, looks like we found yours. It's H.
Found mine.
Don't know what that stands for, huh?
Stands for Ethan. All right, let's go ahead and have a taste here.
Okay, who's...
Gotta get the perfect taste. A little hot dog, cheese, and eggs. That'd be the perfect bite.
That'd be perfect.
Here we go.
Hey, that's watch this.
Too much.
It's going back in.
I don't think it's ready, Mr. Conroy.
Definitely better than Mama's eggs. I would definitely say that. You did a really good job with the eggs.
Thank you.
The seasoning and the peppers and the hot dogs, they all come together real nicely. This is well done.
Take some pride in your own product.
Well done. Well
Yeah.
done. Thank you, Harry.
Yeah.
Thank you, Harry. We'll be back.
All right.
Now back to you, Daryl. Well, that's our show for today, folks. Stay tuned for more stories from your school, the Glen Oak Country School, and the world. I'm Daryl Williams. This is your moment of Zen.
Beards are amazing, but the people are still fighting over them. Are you a victim or the opposite of a victim in beardism.